I am the governor of college football. Yes, sir. The mayor of college football, a.k.a. Downtown Nino Brown. Yes, sir. Welcome to another marvelous episode of Overreaction Monday. I am the governor of college football. And with me, man, I got two guys that I just love talking college football with on this screen. And probably about 15, 16, 17 minutes ago, you saw me live doing the College Football Nation reboot. I got Dnow. I got CFB Moon. And I know this is going to be one of those ball talk episodes where we're going to go on tangents and we're going to go on the left field. But it's okay. If you love ball the way we love ball, you're going to go on a tangent right with us. So let's get right into it. Let's really get right into it. So we're going to start off with rapid fire. We got some quarterback hits. When I say Rocco, you say Becht. And what do you guys think he'll land? Let's start with you, Moon.
Penn State, baby. Nittany Lions reunion homecoming tour with Matt Campbell. You need a guy to come in right away that gives instant credibility to what you're trying to do. Number one. Two, I don't know if it'll be a system that he's familiar with, but I know that it'll be DNA that he's familiar with Matt Campbell. I know sometimes we're like, oh, it don't make sense, Moon. It's just why would he wants greener pastures. But in this case, I think Rocco wants his draft stock to go up the highest, and you need that and comfortability. So what more way to be comfortable than with your old head coach in Happy Valley?
I love it.
That's my perfect fit.
I'll stand it. Talk to me, Dnow. What do you see Rocco Becht on?
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of with Moon. The easy pick is going to be Penn State just because follow his coach. But I told our guy Nino when he posted that Rocco was transferring, I like him in Oregon. I think he kind of fits that Bo Nix kind of mold with that Oregon. If that offense is going to be the same now that they lost the OC, but I kind of like him up in Eugene.
I love it. Those are outstanding picks. My pick was for him going to Lincoln with Dana Holgorsen and Matt Rule. They need a replacement at quarterback. Why not a guy with plenty of experience? The systems aren't too different. So I would love to see Rocco Becht in Lincoln, and I think he could deliver them some wins. So great picks. I love the way we started this as I hit the wrong button. And speaking of Lincoln, Dylan Raiola. Let's start with you this time. Dnow, how you feeling? What do you think he lands?
I like him up at Penn State. I think he's a better fit for Matt Campbell's kind of offense. I will say, if he doesn't end up in Penn State, just whatever he does, do not go to Texas Tech. Like, be original. Stay away from that trap that everyone is going to say, go there. Just my advice, not that it matters to him at all. Just stay away from Texas Tech.
Love it. Talk to me, Mo.
This one kind of stumped me a lot because he's already been on the move so much, so it's hard to pinpoint what is his actual motivations for his pitch if this is recruiting in college football 26. But after thinking about it, maybe a SEC school, maybe Kentucky. I'm thinking,
okay.
I don't know how much of a scheme fit it would be, but I know it will be a splash play in the pool for Stein and what he's trying to do at Kentucky, trying to get the Bluegrass faithful recharged. I mean, I feel like he's a guy that you can develop. And we saw flashes last year, well, in 2025, of him and the success that Dana Holgorsen, your guy, she just does chef kiss wonders to quarterbacks. And that next year jump up, hopefully he retains a lot of that, whether it's diagnosing of systems, whether it's being in the not putting the ball in harm's way. Let's just keep it simple, So that's what I feel like a good fit would be.
I'm with you guys. I'm with you guys 100%. Texas Tech seems like too obvious of a pick. And I'm with Dnow. I hope he doesn't make that choice. But if it's not there, if it's not Penn State, could Indiana be in play here? Is that a Kirk Cignetti guy? Well, Kirk Cignetti, we've seen the success that he had with Curtis Rourke. We've seen the success he had with Fernando Mendoza. Hey, Google me, I win. Also, my quarterback just won a Heisman. Come play with me. Our system works. Would that be in play for them? So that it'll be interesting to see what he lands. Ultimately, though, I think this transfer portal window, because there's so many studs, it's going to be one of those like what just happened here? Like, you know what I'm saying? He could end up in the ACC for all we know, or like
Yeah.
Kentucky is a wild one, but I can see it with Will Stein. Florida wouldn't be a bad one at all with John Summerall either. Let's talk about Byron Brown. Let's start with you first, Moon. I think there's an easy one here. I think there's a really easy one. Welcome.
Should I take it? Auburn? Where Alex goes?
Yeah, why not?
I mentioned it because I mentioned in the chat when it happened. In our CFB Nation chat, and I was just like, homecoming makes sense. It will be answering a lot of check marks instantly, whether it's the quarterback for next year, whether it's consistency, taking that next jump. That just makes me feel like the best play. He is an absolute blast to watch. So if it was Auburn, Golish now has an answer that worked continuously, and now you get to see him kind of take over the plains. It will be a great story to see. It feels too easy, though. It feels too easy, though. It feels way too easy, bro.
It'll be exactly like that.
Deuce Knight could run Golish's offense easily.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. He definitely could. So that'll be the interesting fact. I want to shout out my guy, Canes, man, last. First of all, he hasn't missed the episode that I have done of College Football Nation. Also, he was there earlier. He's back here later. He knows ball, bro, and he's proven me wrong a couple of times. And he said, been hearing if Dante Moore goes to the NFL, Raiola will go to Oregon. Love it. Absolutely love it. Dnow, talk to me.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of perfect transition. Moon was throwing up the U for me. I think that would be the best place for Brown to go. They got a good young wide receiver crew with Tony coming back. He can kind of fit in that Cam Ward mold a little bit, but plus athletic, just because he could run.
He's more athletic.
Yeah. Which I think with Cam Ward and Beck, that kind of hurt them. They were kind of, I don't want to say statues in the pocket, but they were more pocket. If Brown was down there, kind of escapability, and those wide receivers, I think he could be pretty dangerous.
I would love to see him in that system. I talked to Canes about this earlier. I said, out of all the quarterbacks you got in the portal right now, who'd you want? He said, I want the hometown kid. Give me CJ Bailey. It's like, damn. Damn. So,
hey, brother, I can't be mad at that, brother.
I can't be mad at that at all. I think that this is an interesting situation because while him following Golish to Auburn, guess who else runs the same system? And we'll also be looking for a quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Like, Joey Hazel and company might need, Byron Brown. Hey, come to Knoxville. Come play with us. I think we're a little bit more stable, than this newer program is. So it'll be interesting to see where he falls. And then last but certainly not least, DJ Lagway. Let's start with Dnow first. What do you feel like is a great fit for DJ? And tell me something that you absolutely don't want to see him do. I think we all should do that, actually.
I'd like to see DJ go to Baton Rouge with Lane Kiffin. I think he could kill it in Lane Kiffin's offense. There's going to be weapons down there. I mean, we all saw kind of what Lane Kiffin can kind of develop quarterbacks. Much as he gets knocked for everything, all the antics, whatever. He can develop players, and he's good at tweaking his offense to fit the players he has. We saw him do that with Simmons before he got hurt, and we saw the tweaks be made with Trinidad when he had to take over, especially with Weiss being the OC if he stays with Kiffin. Those two are geniuses offensively. I think one place I'd hate for him to go, anywhere in the ACC, I think it would be a step down for him. I think he's got to go to either the Big Ten or stay in the SEC to prove that he can be a potential QB1 at the next level.
I love that. Talk to me, Mo.
I've been having dreams about DJ Lagway in LSU, man.
Really?
It's been creeping in my pillow talk. I'm just saying. And it's kind of hard for me to have to admit that. However, like, when you hear stories and rumblings about, them challenging him, about whether he was cut from that cloth in order to be a Florida Gator man, you hear all these other rumblings is coming out. It's like, dang, like, they came in and said, DJ who? DJ Khaled.
DJ Khaled, we the best.
Nah, but no funny talk. Like for real, they challenged him, and I think that he didn't really like that. That doesn't mean that I feel like he's going to run away from challenges as a player. I mean, the man he threw multiple interceptions in the game against LSU. Like a lot of quarterbacks will spiral out of control. We see him spiral this season in many moments, but there's also that untapped potential, and I feel like LSU feels like he can get with the mad scientists, but you say Big Ten. There's only a limited amount of options that I'm feeling comfortable with in the Big Ten if we really start talking. Dante Moore leaves. Oregon feels like the number one spot for me when it comes to DJ Lagway on Oregon. But man, I wish Malik Washington would just enter the transfer portal already. Like, do I gotta put it in for you? Because that job, it will open up new regime. I'm wishing on a star, but I feel like his options really are Big Ten, SEC. Because if you go G5, I'm looking at you like Malik Murphy. I'm looking at you kind of with skepticism. So he's in a very uncomfortable position right now in the transfer portal, but he is in the top 3, top 5 of quarterbacks that's out there right now. So
based on potential. Not the play that we've seen on the field. So there's a couple of things I want to address on what you said, and great takes by both of you. The first thing is all of the onus on the bad play this year wasn't all on him. He needed a coach to really coach him up, and like Billy Napier isn't a disciplinarian like Jeff Braun. You throw 2 interceptions or 1 interception, or you almost throw an interception like we seen Miller Moss did the Miami game. He's going to chew you the hell out. So I hope he goes to a coach that will do that, but also loves on him when he needs to, but like question his decision making. We got 2 great comments. My dog Kane said he's been hearing Sam Levitt to LSU, and then Nino chimed in. The mayor of college football said Levitt to LSU as well, and it seems like a lot. So one of the things that me and Moon were talking about earlier, that we heard that DJ Lagway possibly to Baylor. Now Baylor couldn't find a defense at all this year, but Jake Spavital and the way he runs his air raid, he runs it in a really dope way. But I'm with you guys. I feel like he needs to either go SEC or Big Ten. And Moon said it best, that the space is unlimited. So it'd be interesting to see what happens. So that was our rapid fire. We spent more time on that because we love to talk ball. But then we got some other fits. It's like a deeper discussion. Hollywood Smothers is the first player we're going to talk about. Let's start with you, Dnow.
Yeah. So the issue with Hollywood Smothers is NC State's line wasn't the best. He made freaking diamonds out of what he was given at NC State. So, I mean, he's going to be one of the top running back names in the portal. So, I mean, really, he's going to have the pick to go wherever. But one school that immediately popped out to me was Bama. They have been hurting running back wise this entire year. Jam Miller hasn't been able to stay healthy. You know they're going to have studs on that front 5. Why not go to a school like that where he can show, hey, I can be a stud. I proved it there. I'm going to prove it here against better competition. So a school like Bama or one of those bigger SEC schools, I think, is where he needs to be looking.
Outstanding take, brother. Go ahead, Mo.
Man, I love that dude so much,
bro. Buddy just talk ball, bro. Like it's simple, bro.
We on the same wavelength, though. My pick is South Carolina.
I thought that too. I really did.
Because he will be solving a problem that they have struggled with for quite some time, having consistency in the running back position. Now, I know that they have offensive line. That's a whole nother conversation. However, you come in and you pair him with the recommitment of Lenore Sellers. You pair him with recommitment from Nick Harbor. You add Hollywood Smothers into the room. I mean, I'm not saying it solves all the things, but Shane Beamer, you don't have no more excuses now. Like, you actually can have a run game. You don't have to rely on Adaway or phase on. You don't have to do that no more. You can let that breathe into the midnight air and introduce some Hollywood into your life.
Wow. I love it. Great takes by both of you. This is what I will say. And we're going to talk about a couple of running backs on this here list. And Actually, we're not talking about whatever. One of them we were, me and Moon was talking about earlier. Virginia Tech is going to get one of these running backs. They're going to be super active in the portal, and they're going to get one of these guys. And why not go a little bit south? Where they love on you a little bit, and you have out of body experience when Inner Sandman comes on, and there's 70,000 and they're jumping, and your heart is pumping, and somebody got to tap you to remind you that you're alive and you're breathing. Like, I would like to see him go there. Stay in the ACC. Come to Virginia Tech. I'm telling you, James Franklin going to take care of you. And then Kane said he could see Smothers going to Auburn. So I like that as well. Let's talk about this next guy. We'll start with you first, Moon. Let's talk about Josh Hoover. A guy with an immense amount of talent. Moon, you had the opportunity to interview him in this past media day cycle. You having the ability to talk to him, know the type of leader he is. Real low key, laid back. He's intense on the gridiron, but off the gridiron, he's chill. What do you think he'll go?
And that man is cooler than Jello in the fridge.
He really is.
And
just chill.
Just chill, very chill, extremely humble, really gracious for him to give us his time. My gut and my heart of hearts, Dnow, Nino, everybody in the chat, Governor, my heart of hearts is telling me he can fit, and he has the type of moxie that fits for Kirk Signetti in Indiana. But it's just hitting me like a ton of bricks. Like I can't shake it. It just feels like that's the Indiana guy. That's the Indiana guy. Mendoza's going to the league. That's the Indiana guy. Like, he can be next in command. I know his brother is still there though. And it's like, how does that dynamic work? I don't know. But you got a big dog now.
His brother got plenty of tape out there. He'll end up going somewhere else. But Indiana's going to go get a big dog. Yeah, they're going to go get a big dog. Dnow, I saw you showing your praises, man. Not with nonverbal communication. I love it. Talk to me.
Yeah. So yesterday on our show, Nino Moon asked the question: who are the top QBs in the portal? Where do you see him going? We didn't get a chance to hit this, but I kind of threw it in there at the end. Before Nino cut the lights, Indiana, straight up. I think Josh Hoover is arguably the best quarterback in the entire portal right now. And I just think that's what Signetti's going to do for the first couple of years. He's going to go get one of the better quarterbacks every single year until he can find that stud quarterback to take the leap on him. And I think this year it's going to be Josh Hoover. I wouldn't be surprised if Indiana has back-to-back Heisman guys if Hoover goes to Indiana, just because I think he's a Debbie Darling for us from a few years ago. So there was points too where I thought Hoover was going to be ball out and had the potential to be QB 3 or 4 at one point.
Same.
So yeah, I think Indiana with Hoover is the best fit out of any of the quarterbacks we talked about.
It's always interesting me, and I think you and Nino should really consider doing a Let's Revisit with Debbie. You guys hit on so many players, and I'm not sure if you guys even know on how many players you guys hit on. Like, didn't know who Sam Levitt was before that episode. Like, and I watch it so I can learn, because recruiting isn't my wheelhouse at all. There's so many moving pieces in this sport. I'll wait till they show up, and then what are they doing in that first, in the winter workouts? What are they doing in the spring camp? And that's when I kind of listen to them. Josh Hoover is going to get all the top schools going to come foaming at the mouth. I wonder, you remember last April after Tennessee lost Nico Iama leaving, they were poaching and they were trying their best to get Hoover. Hoover wasn't even in the damn portal, and they were trying to get him. I wonder, is there any mutual interest, or was that just one-sided? But I agree with you. Indiana would be a great fit for that kid. And anybody that gets him, instantly, their stock goes up 1,000%. It's really that easy. A guy we talked about in our chat a little bit yesterday, Aaron Noland. Let's start with you, Dnow. I know you got a lot of thoughts about Aaron Noland. What do you feel like is the best fit for him, best solution for him?
See, this one's hard because kid's got the talent. Obviously, he was a 5-star guy coming out of high school. Just kind of didn't pick the right schools, if that makes sense. Picked Ohio State when they had another stud there. Picked South Carolina thinking Sellers was going to ball out this year and leave. I could see him, honestly, like he could stay in the Power Four, but it'd be one of the bottom tier Power Fours, or he's going to be one of the top G5 schools. So if like Menza decides to test the water, I could see a school like Duke taking a flyer on him. I could see James Madison taking a flyer on him because I think we're just waiting for Barnett to say I have to go to a bigger school to try to reach the next level. Like your guy Kane said, USF, he's got that Heartline connection. That could be a school, especially with Brown leaving. So it'll be one of those bottom P4 American
that was exactly my thought. USF
kind of schools. So
I like it, and I agree 100%. Like it's crazy what happens sometimes where you're ready to 5-star, you're getting a bad spot. We're thinking Lenore Sellers is going to have a Heisman-like season this year. He's going to be QB1 and into this draft, and then Aaron Noland is the heir apparent, and it just didn't work that way. Talk to me, Mo.
When this happened, it just made sense to me, like the USF connection, especially with Heartline. But since that's already been said, I'm gonna stick in the if I go G5, I'm gonna say a school like UNLV.
Okay.
West Coast system that he could put up yards. He already put up 10,000 plus passing yards in high school, like over 100 plus touchdowns. Like we know that he has the capabilities to do that. I want to see him go in a high flying type system. But if you talk about it from a recruiters, man, one thing that rubbed me the wrong way this past season is watching Fran Brown deal with the quarterback go down. So I have a feeling he's going to be super aggressive in the portal. And Aaron Noland could be a good candidate to come in because we already see what we got with Ricky Collins. Like,
Ricky Collins ain't it? Can he beat out Steve Angeli? Sancheli looked so good earlier in the season.
Angeli was cooking with high grease.
He was.
If Syracuse was going to get hurt, then the ACC would have been even more crazy.
It would have.
Because Syracuse was explosive. But
Mo,
I would say that. And then my last one that I would say, I don't want to be a homer, bro. Get out my head, bro. I don't want to be a homer, but
I'm telling you, it's telepathy.
I don't. It's the reason why I go against it and I say bad moon, is because Faulkner just left. Faulkner just left the Florida, so it would make more sense for him to go to Florida than to go to Georgia Tech right now, unless Georgia Tech says, "Hey, we got that new money right now here." You come in, Hanks King is gone. He's walked off into the sunset. Jersey about to be in the rafters. Maybe get a statue. Who knows? But I'm playing.
Let's stay with you here, Moon. Let's talk to me about Chaz Coleman. Where could y'all see him going?
Somewhere SEC, somewhere. Because I believe he's like the top player in the portal. I want to say SEC. How close is his connections to James Franklin still? If I had to just say fly on the wall, little birdie told me something, I would say like a upper tier SEC program, not like a Bama or Georgia, but maybe like a LSU, Ole Miss, somewhere. Just test out the water so you can make it easier for yourself to position for the draft. You get playtime, challenge for the positioning. Who knows? That's where I feel. This one is like a mystery. Out of all the players that we're going to talk about tonight, this one feels more of a mystery because I feel like he has so many suitors in the portal. So many.
That's a fact. Dnow, talk to me.
Like this one is tough. Yeah, it's going to be an upper tier school, one of the big dogs. But like looking at some rosters, just kind of peeking ahead while Moon was getting into his Georgia Tech fields there. Why not a school like Ohio State? They're losing literally their entire front four probably to the NFL draft this year. They got a guy like Bo Atkinson on the other side. So he'll fill some sort of like leadership role. But outside of that, it's all freshmen right now. So why not have someone with some sort of experience come in, play the other side with Atkinson, and have a nice solid running mate on the ends there. So I would go with the school like Ohio State.
Do they still have their D-line coach there still at Ohio State?
I think so, unless I'm mistaken. I'd have
I think they just lost Heartline as far as the staff is concerned. And I think we just got live a crystal ball Dnow prediction because I think it's 100% correct. I think that's where Coleman lands. Ohio State just makes too much sense. And, they're going to be willing to open up the checkbook unless the development is happening there within that program. But to play in a pro system, to pick the brain of Matt Patricia, come on, man. Come on. Like that, it just makes too much sense. Yeah, Sorsby will go to Texas Tech if he doesn't go pro. Wow.
Good. That means Raiola won't go to Texas Tech.
Yeah, yes. We're all on board with that one. That would be scary hours. This is a question that I love asking every off season, and I kind of have a feeling with Dnow's going to go with this one. I don't know if it's changed because of this year. I'm gonna ask it anyway. What would be the best way to structurally fix the current structure of college football playoff? We saw some bad games the opening round of the college football playoff, and I've always prided myself in loving this sport, and I know you guys are the same way. And we'll watch any game. I remember one day me and Dnow was on Twitter talking about the Navy Temple game while there was other bigger games on, but we was just talking about that game. And but G5 does matter. And G6 rather, because we do get Pac-12 this year. So G6 inclusion is important, but also, are we getting the 12 best teams into the field? I think that's what matters to most fans. Are we getting the 12 best team? Yes, G6 inclusion is important, but are we getting the best 12 teams in the field? So Dnow, we'll start with you. How you feeling about this overall? I know. Me personally, I'm going to be honest. I really didn't have any interest in watching Ole Miss and Tulane again. I also didn't have any interest in Oregon and JMU. And though JMU did put up some points, I didn't expect that. I thought they'll play better defense, one of the top 5 defense in the country. But talk to me structurally. What do you think is the best way to fix this?
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you. I think I watched maybe the first quarter of the Tulane Ole Miss game and then decided I was going to watch pro ball, which is saying a lot because I'm not a pro ball fan person.
Right.
But I mean, I've been saying it since we've all known each other. They need to go to the FB or FCS structure, get rid of the conference championship games, top 24 teams play. Because I mean, if you look at that level's playoffs this year, they're having an unranked team play for the national championship this year. And I feel like if they go more that route, we will see more of the upsets happen instead of schools like Tulane and James Madison, no disrespect, but a lot of people thought they shouldn't be in it, to schools like Notre Dame and who else?
Vandy, Texas.
Yeah, Vandy, Texas. So if it's, what did he say real quick?
He said, in my honest opinion, there should be some sort of playing conference championship weekend for bubble teams. Yeah. I love that idea. I know Joe Klatt was a huge proponent of that as well.
Which I feel like if they do go more towards the FCS structure, you will have sort of those play-in games where only like the top, I think they have the top 8 teams get buys, and then the rest are home and home games like that. But I think that's the best way to do it. They've been doing it for 25 plus years that way, and there aren't a lot of complaints. All you got to do is be top 24 teams, and you're in. So I mean, you're getting your best top teams that way.
Dnow, I'm going to be 1,000% honest with you. I was not a fan of bringing that here because how much the regular season matters. And then I saw 2 major things happen this year where the ACC completely fumbled the bag, right? And then Notre Dame, and it's guaranteed that if they're a top 12 team, they're into the field no matter what. And I'm like, you know what? Dnow's been right all along. I'm with you, bro. Just go to a 2014 playoff. Like, if this is what we're going to do and this is the outcome that we deal with, everybody knows I've been a huge fan of doing a G6 playoff. Like, just do like the 18 playoff. I'm cool with that. That way there's inclusion. We talk about the FCS as a playoff. HBCU, they do the Celebration Bowl. That's their Super Bowl for them every year. We have to find a way to fix this because we're not getting the best 12 teams in the field. While G5 inclusion is important, and I talked earlier on my show how G5 did have some quality upsets this year, like USF over Florida. Then we're talking about Tulane's ability to beat both Northwestern, who had a really good team this year, and Duke. But at this point, I'm with you, bro. Like, if that's going to get the 24 best teams in the field, and we have a true playoff with the 24 best teams, I'm here for it.
I mean, you'll still have G6 schools in it if you go to 24. Because like this year, you'd have Tulane, James Madison. You could have even Navy in
like
it.
North Texas or Navy. Yeah,
North
okay.
Texas even, yeah.
So. Okay, so you get the inclusion, but you still get like a legit top 20, or maybe like 100%. I'm with you there. Talk to me, Moon. I know you have some thoughts about this when we talked about it a little bit earlier.
So when I hear a lot of people talk about the conversation of what we should do with the college football playoff, a lot of it seems to be revolved around the expansion of teams and the numbers that go in. Hey, Canes, I'm an advocate for it. If we did a G5 playoff, we can use the G5 games as bowl games.
100%.
All the bowl games that we have, the Boca Raton Baked Beans Bowl. That one is a quarter playoff final. So
why you gotta throw Toledo's loss out there like that, man?
Bro, they had a block kick for 2 points at the end. I was like, what the heck is going on in Boca? Side note, So I think it really, like, we have to shift the conversation. So I feel like we should have a floor. We should have a floor, a top 20 floor, where if you're a conference champion that's a G5, G6 winner inclusion, then you should be included in that first, even whether it's getting a bye or getting high ranked like Tulane and James Madison was. If you are in the top 20, that should be the baseline. If you're up and above, then you get rewarded like a 2024 Boise State did. Okay. You get rewarded for you finishing in the top 20. That means that your aggregate is there. Now, the problem where this meshes up, Moon, well, how we going to get to the best teams? We need to bring back the BCS. And the reason why is this. We are in the digitized age of social media, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, YouTube, all these other things. We have algorithms for everything. In 2025, year of our Lord. And you mean to tell me that we're still banking multi-billion-dollar industry of college football based on 13 individuals that don't really got much connections to actually playing the game? They are the litmus test on whether or not you get into the playoff or not. I feel like AI and/or a BCS model would do a better job ranking the teams better than the committee would. We wouldn't need the committee we wouldn't need them as judges. We would just use them as referees.
Especially if they're handing out cookies. I'm with you.
We just use them as referees. You're not the judge, jury, executioner who can't rank properly throughout the whole season to leave Miami here, then have them jump the rest of the way because you want blue bloods. Or in the case of a BYU got left out of the college football playoff because they had 2 losses. Who did their 2 losses come to? Texas Tech once in the season when they got BTA. And then the other one when they got in the conference championship against the same Texas Tech school that's ranked, that has a first round bye, and it was BTA. Right. The computers will look at that and say, no, wait a minute. They played the 4th ranked best team in the country twice.
Twice, right.
To the top 14. Not look at it
like, you don't get that luxury in the Big 12, though, brother. SEC Big Ten, you get that luxury. You don't get that luxury.
Deal with the super conferences. If we're going to talk super conferences, if you talk super conferences and everybody has a conference and with 18, 16, 20 teams, well, let's switch it. And I would be in propose in favor, for expanding to 16 teams. Then let the top 10 conference champion winners get an automatic bid, similar to what Dnow said. You win the championship, you in the playoffs.
Okay.
You win your conference, you in the playoffs.
So what are you doing over there?
All the G5, G6 inclusion.
Make them join the conference.
Yeah,
Notre
they
Dame,
need to join the conference. They need to join
ACC. You already a member in all these other sports.
Yeah,
I know.
I'm with you there for football. They need to join a bigger conference.
However, like that's how I see it. Take it out of the committee's hands. We are in a digitized age. We need to catch up. And we don't need it to be the judge, jury, executioner. We just needed to give some type of regulation on how we want to properly rank these teams. If we're saying that, like, hey, like in my proposed model.
You see here, college football, it's not difficult in NCAA.
Can I comment on this? So one thing I like about this too, and my wife she brings it up this entire time we talk about football, is if you do it this way, you can have one of each 4 in like a bracket too. And that way you avoid the rematches.
Yeah, those are bad. Yep.
Because like the Ole Miss, Tulane, no one wants to see that. Like, and this way you could have ACC plays Big 10, Big 12 plays SEC, sort of all the big conferences in one sort of tier or bracket, as you want to say. So,
hey, so to your point, we need to reseed it after every round. Why is the college football playoff round like the board?
Because it sounds better if the 12 wins the national championship.
It's not moving.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact.
Look at Oregon last year. Oregon got
hosed. What is everyone like? I'll use college basketball. The 12 seed made a run to the Elite 8.
Right.
But if you are a 12 seed,
that's Cinderella story. We all
that made it in that Cinderella story, or you're a 16. You should be playing the number 1 seed. After each round, you should be playing the number 1 seed.
That's what the NFL and NBA does, right? There's a reseeding after each round.
We reseed after every playoff round. So if you're Indiana, you win, or we get to the next round, you win. You get the number 1 seed again. So now I feel like that gives it to the G5 playoff discussion. Man, look, Army Navy played by themselves that weekend, and this weekend it was the same day as the Cricket Celebration Bowl, as the LA Bowl hosted by Gronk.
Oh, that one.
We can have a G5 playoff game in the midst of it, and we can call it the quarter playoff game. Right. And we can determine whether or not this team is capable of handling with the big boys to get that ranking. 4. If we have question marks on if Tulane's going to be competitive, then square Tulane and James Madison up against each other. Winner take all, go to the college
for a player. You
got a bye week too.
With B-ball.
Okay. Don't get me started on the Army Navy. I think that should be the beginning of the season, not the closeout. Instead of all these stupid Ireland week 0 games, why not start
I like that.
Like Army Navy? I love it. I love
it. Hey, bro. You two have solved half the college football problems, and I'm absolutely here for it. So we got one last segment we're going to talk about, and I always want to hear Dnow's opinion on anything Toledo, anything Notre Dame related, and anything Michigan related, just because it's proximity to it. So we'll start with him here. But is this the end of Michigan Wolverine football being a prestigious college football program as we know it? Like, once upon a time, what it meant to be a Michigan man, it held so much weight. Like, the flair that it once had. And in the last 5 years, even though they won a national championship in the last 5 years, they've worked pretty damn hard to diminish what it means to be a Michigan man, at least from the football perspective. So, Dnow, I know you about a 45-minute drive from Ann Arbor. Talk to me. How you feeling about this whole fiasco? I think they started in the right direction. They fired the AD. They got Sharon Moore out of there. How do we go to a zero tolerance policy to where, you're running a clean program? Talking.
Yeah. So to answer the first half, I don't think it's the end of Michigan being a blue blood college football. I think there will always be one until college football is no more. Just because of the rich history that comes along with Michigan football and the guys they had in the past, like Lloyd Carr, Bo, all them guys. And we kind of talked about this last night on our show. They need a no BS guy to come in. And I threw out a name, and Nino threw out a name, and I love them both. I threw out a guy like Kyle Whittingham, who said he still wants to coach.
Yeah, he does.
He just moved aside for the younger guy to get his shot. So, I mean, dude still wants to coach. He's ran an excellent program out in Utah. I mean, he was the second longest tenured head coach in college football. So why not bring him to Ann Arbor? No BS sort of guy. And then Nino threw out another dude, which is better than the one I threw out. Why not Monken from Army? You want to talk about a guy, no BS.
That's
Who's
the
been dealing with
standard of no BS.
yes, absolutely. A guy who coached people willing to put their lives on the line for the country. That's like no BS. No time for the slap and tickle bullcrap that goes on behind the scenes.
Right.
If you don't do what I say, how I say, when I say, sort of thing, is what's kind of needed for Michigan football to return to the upper echelon of college football.
Love it. And to kind of piggyback on what you said, though it's nowhere near as bad as the Penn State situation. Nothing will ever be as bad as that. But you get the feeling that they need a Billy O'Brien type of guy to come in, even though he's just not working out at BC right now. But yeah, Kyle Whittingham, I think, would be a great answer there. Somebody who, like, the type of humility you have to say, hey, I didn't want to stay longer than I was wanted. So I'm going to move so they can, but he said, I still want to coach. So I think that would be a great hire for Michigan. Moon, talk to me. Is Michigan still prestigious? Are they still a blue blood? Can they right the ship? Talk to me.
Prestigious?
Mhm.
In grand scheme, yes.
Okay.
In current moment, no.
Okay.
Because the brand or the shield was tainted. To hear the Michigan brass, the Desmond Howards, the people that's affiliated, former players, people that know the program near and dear, to see how broken up they are about hearing the news of Sharon Moore, it felt like the straw that broke the camel's back, at least when it comes to the support. Now, what Biff is doing right now is absolutely incredible.
Before you, can we all agree Biff should not be a serious candidate for there?
No, he should.
I agree with you.
He's a bridge.
He shouldn't.
He's a bridge.
Exactly. No,
he's a bridge
should.
over troubled water.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
And them waters is troubling right now.
Right.
So I think of it like that. But he is weathering the storm. That thing bridge is teetering all over the place. And he's
did y'all see that?
John,
Michigan
Wolverines. You have to send him a lot of merch to get that man out of that office.
But some of his troubles in the past, even though he was vindicated, and I think
that might be throwing gas.
Not many people with lawsuits versus
you don't need anybody with any lawsuits.
You can't have nothing. You can't have nothing in your background.
Nothing. You got to be cleaner than the board of health. Like
we would credit history.
Going through it. They're going through it right now. It makes me hard to see, but they'll bounce back. But I look at it and equate it to this. What do we know Georgia for? Fast cars, Hellcats, all this. What are we starting to know?
Them dudes be getting in trouble, bro.
Michigan for. It's like it gives me the same energy. If you don't correct it, then it's going to continue to go on. They seem to be on. I don't know if it's because their hands are forced. Like if they don't have an investigation going on, do they fire the AD? Do they let
the AD is
they're gone. They're gone. I know he's gone, but I'm saying like if they didn't have the hammer coming down on them so much, I'm interested to know what moves they have made.
Retrospect
versus what they are doing now. So it feels like. So I guess what I'm saying is, how clean would their nose be,
right?
Really, if they didn't have the hammer coming down on them? What changes would they have made? Because we've seen the changes that Michigan has made, slaps on the wrist in the past.
Right.
We've already seen it. We can go back a long time. I want them to. They are a blue blood program to the history of college football, the soul of college football.
You can't tell the story without Michigan.
You can't tell the story of college football without Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
You can't. So that part is near and dear. But this next phase that we're going down, there has to be ordered, and it has to start from the top and come all the way down. I agree with y'all with the head coaching candidates, even down to like, I wouldn't even be opposed to Gruden. I know the checkered past part, but like I wouldn't be, because he can be a no nonsense type of guy.
I agree with you.
Based on what they are dealing with, they need the ultimate buttoned up type of guy, but also somebody that can lead them into this next future, AD and head coach, because they need the ultimate PR cleanup right now. They should be instead of spending Christmas at home, they should be out here doing PR stunts and giving back to the homeless and giving turkeys out. They should be doing anything to clean up the public image of Michigan football, because right now they're going through it.
100%. Whatever they need to do, and
compliance.
I don't know. It's something weird with Michigan, where we're at this stage as we know they need a guy to clean it up. So, like, you know what I'm saying, somebody that had nothing to do with the program, with the last two leaders of the program. I would be all for Kyle Wanahan. Monken, that right there would be the biggest sign. They trying to clean up. They really trying to clean up.
If
I would
Pat
even
Fitzgerald
guy
get hired by
Jeff
Michigan State,
Brown.
I would say he would be a guy.
He would be a good guy
because
as well.
his situation wasn't damn. It was hazy. Damn.
Yeah.
It'll be a tough sell,
whether or
where
not
he's at right now, he can overcome it.
It's still a part of the past, bro. So they need somebody that's squeaky clean. But great show. Outstanding show. This was super fun talk, bro. We had a lot of people in the comments. Old Texas man, I appreciate you. Canes, you the dog, bro. 100% you the dog. For Moon, Dabo. Whoa. Would he even leave?
I don't know if he's leaving.
I don't even.
But he has no checkered pass.
He doesn't. He runs a squeaky clean program too.
National championship winning head coach.
High GPA at the university, but he ain't leaving. And they wouldn't want anybody that wouldn't use the portal.
Yeah.
So he's fried. He's fried because of that. Cool. You guys got any last statements before we get up out of here?
No, just I hope everyone has a good holiday. I think that would be my only thing to add.
Mo?
Happy holidays. Make sure y'all check us out on CFBNation.com. All the work that the brothers are doing in all the various ways, whether it's Twitter, you understand the vibe. I appreciate y'all tuning in. And yeah, shout out to the Boca Raton winner. I ain't gonna say their name because my guy's right there.
Nah, Dno not having it, bro. Dno not having it. I do got a couple announcements to make. One, we are going to try to start doing this show twice a week, Mondays and Tuesdays. Secondly, College Football Nation, the flagship, is back 3 times a week. Jalen and I are going live tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 11 a.m. Central, with College Football Showdown. And Christmas, I know it's Christmas. I will spend time with my family, but you guys will be getting College Football Nation on Christmas at 6:30 p.m. So just be ready. The off season, this is where you want to be. You want to be with CFB Moon. You want to be with Dnow. You want to be with Boomer. You want to be with Nino. You want to be with the game, because I promise you, when everybody kind of slow down a little bit, this is where we like, we about to eat. Let's see how well people make content now. So, as I always like to say, there are no more victories in a sport that's surviving the past, while college football is the greatest regular season. Until next time, happy holidays to you and yours. You all take care. Yes, sir. Today I am the governor of college football. Yes, sir. The mayor of college football, a.k.a. Downtown Nino Brown. Yes, sir.